Welcome to students. Hello everyone. Today we are going to see the next point of the airport engineering topic, that is the components of airport layout. You know that already we have to complete it in last video lecture the airport planning point. In this lecture or in this video we have to see the important components parts in the airport layout. Let's start. They are the main 8 important components of the airport layout, that is first runway, terminal building, apron, taxiway, aircraft stand, hangar or shelter, control tower, and last one is the parking. We all the components we have to see in detail. First is the first component, runways. Runways, it is the most important part of the airport or the for the any aircraft we need the runway for the landing and also takeoff condition. Seen that runway, it is the area wherein the aircraft lands or take off. It can be grass or packed dirt or hard surface such as the asphalt or concrete. The runway we have to construct either the asphalt or concrete roads. The runways have special marking on them to help the pilot in the air to tell that it is the runway and do not and not a road, and to help them when they are landing or taking off. Runway markings are white. That is the runway. It is the specially we have to marking done for the. It's very helpful for the at the time of the at the time of the takeoff and landing. To it is helpful for the pilot, and also it is not a it's a road. It is the runway. We have to marking with the white color or white mode. Here is seen that this is the runway. In this picture you will see that one aircraft or one aeroplane is the in takeoff position. This is another. This is the there are two runways. This first and second. Okay, this is the taxiway. This shelter or aprons, the terminal building. This runway we have to construct it either the asphalt or the concrete road, but generally it is the asphalt and it's very hard surface. Okay. Next, the various runway configuration to is the first is the achieve the safe aircraft operation ensure such as adequate separation on between air traffic streams. Second, obstacle clearance. Third, crosswind provision. This is the runway configuration. We have to the adequate or we have to separation of the between the aircraft at this stream. Also, it is the we have to minimize or we have to controlling or clearing the obstacle. Next is the crosswind provision we have to also provide. It's ensure least interference and delay to operations. Next, avoid noise and sensitive areas. It is also it is the we have to avoiding or controlling the noise pollution and these sensitive areas. Next, runway configuration. The term runway configuration, it will be refers to the number and relative orientations of one or more runways on an airfield. The runway configuration, it is nothing but there are number of the runways, either one or more runways we have to construct in on the airfield. Many runway configurations exist. Most configurations are combination of several basic configurations. The basic configurations are single runways, parallel runways, intersecting runways, and last one is the open V runways. That is, this is nothing but the types of the runways. The first single runways, second parallel runways, third one is the intersecting runways, and last one is the open V runways. We have to see the one by one in detailing. First is the single runway. The single runway, it is the preferable to the locate terminal equal distance to runway ends or shift if there is a predominant direction of operation. That is the single runway we have to constructing or we have to design at the time there is a short airport, or also it is the located the terminal equal distance to runway ends. Second one is the parallel runways or single orientation, and the optimum capacity and best air traffic control efficiency. Midfield midfield terminal between runways preferred. Terminal on one side of runways led to longer taxiing distance and runway crossing problems, and runways may be staggered. In parallel runways or the single, it is also known as the single orientation. This is the capacity and is the air traffic control is efficiency, or it is very good, very good. Then also it is the midfield terminal between is the runways is preferred. Next, the terminal on the one side we have to construct it is the longer taxiing distance and runway crossing also problem. Then runways may be staggered. Next, the basic requirement of the runway length. The it is the length of the runway under following assumed condition of the airport. First, airport altitude is at the sea level. Next, temperature at airport is standard, that is 15 degree Celsius. Runway is leveled in longitudinal direction. No wind is blowing on runway. Aircraft is loaded to its full loading capacity. There is no wind blowing en route to the destination, and en route temperature is standard. They are the basic requirement or basic things for the for assuming the for the uh, finalize the runway length. The first is the airport altitude is the at the sea level, and temperature of the airport should be in 15 degrees Celsius only. The runway level is a longitudinal direction, or it is a straight direction. No wind be it is preventing the wind blowing on the runway. Also there is no wind blowing in route or to the destination also, and the temperature should be standard or controlled. The basic runway is a normal landing case, second normal takeoff case, and engine failure case. There are the three cases are the normal landing case, second normal takeoff case, and engine failure case. For jet engine aircrafts, the all three cases are considered, and for piston engine aircrafts, only first and third cases are considered. There are the three cases for the considering at the runway length as a normal landing area, normal takeoff case, and engine failure case. And for the jet engine aircraft, so it's three all the cases are the considered or applicable, and for piston engine aircrafts only first and third cases are considered. That is for jet engine, that is military operation or military aircraft. It is using useful for the three all the three cases considering, and for the regular aircraft or the regular aeroplane, uh, it's only applicable first and third number cases. Here we see that this is the basic runway configuration runway system. Here is in that there is a structural pyramid. This is the blast pad. Also there is a blast pad. This is the runway safety area. This is the runway safety area. Next, it is a shoulder. This is the runway configuration and runway system. The runway system at an airport consists of the structural pavement, shoulders, blast pad, and the runway safety area. That is the runway in the runway system or runway construction in the airport. We have to considering the four terms: the structural pavement, blast pad, shoulder, and runway safety area. This is the main structural pavement, the main runway. With the help of the structural pavement or in the surface of the structural pavement, the aircraft will be landing or take off. This is the blast pad. It is that is the end section of the runways. The shoulder, it is supporting to structural pavement, and this is the runway safety area. The first is the structural pavement. This is a structural pavement. or this is the main structural pavement. We have seen that the structural pavement. The structural pavement supports the aircraft with respect to structural load, maneuverability, controls, stability, and other operation and dimensional criteria. The function of the structural pavement is or supporting the aircraft or any type of the aircraft with respect to structural load, maneuverability, controlling and stability, and given the controlling the stability of the aircraft, and also other operation and dimensional criteria. This is nothing but the structural pavement. Next is the shoulder. Here you see that this is the shoulder. This line and this line is not, outer line is not shoulder. The shoulder function is that the shoulder is adjacent to the end of the structural pavement, resists jet blast erosion, and accommodates maintenance and emergency equipment. The function of the shoulder is give the adjacent end of the support for the structural pavement, and it's resist to the jet blast erosion, and also it is in economics and also maintenance and emergency cases will be using this shoulder. This is the shoulder. Next is the blast pad. This is nothing but the blast pad. The blast pad, it is an area designed to the pavement erosion of the surface adjacent to end of the runways, which are subjected to repeated jet blast. As per the ICAO requires a 100 feet blast pad as a minimum length, and it can reach for 400 feet, that is 120 meter, is depending on the type of the aircraft. In the blast pad, it is nothing but the end of the runways or the to preventing the to any of the aircraft is the enter in the blast pad. Also, it is as per the ICAO requires a 100 feet blast pad is the minimum length. The 100 feet, that is a 30 meter blast pad is the minimum length, and it can be reached 400 feet, that is 120 meters, depending on the type of the aircraft which will be used. Is the blast pad. Second component is the important is the terminal buildings. Second component of the airport layout is the terminal building. Also, it is known as the airport terminal. These buildings are the spaces where passengers board or alight from for flights. This building houses all the necessary facilities for the passenger to check in their luggage, clear the customs, and have lounges to wait before disembarking. The terminal buildings, it is a very useful building or useful structure for the in the airport, and also known as the airport terminal. In the terminal buildings, where the passenger board and alight from the is all the necessary facilities we have to provide for the passengers. For example, to check in check in their luggage and clear the customs or all the security uh, purposes, and also have the lounges to wait before or have the waiting room, and the other also facilities we have to provide for the passengers. Like, the terminals can house cafes, lounges, and bars to serve as waiting areas for the passenger. Also, it is a terminal in the terminal building. We have to provide the various facilities to passengers, such as the cafes, hotels, restaurant, lounges, bar, and also is nowadays the small shopping mall or small mall to waiting areas for the passenger. Also, it is the ticket counters, luggage check-in or transfer, security checks, customs are the basics of all airport terminal. The basic of the airport terminals we have to done. The ticket counters, luggage check-in or transfer. Also, it is the security checking and customs checking are the basis, or we have to provide the airport terminal. The large airports can have more than one terminal that are connected to one another through linkways such as walkways, sky bridges, and or the trams. The large airport, that is in international airport or a big airport, that we have to provide the one or more than one terminal building, which are connected with the either the walkways, sky bridges or tram. Smaller airports usually have only one terminal that houses all the required facilities. In small airport, we have to constructing or we have to providing the single terminal or one terminal for the all the with required facilities. That is in terminal building. It is nothing but the uh, important structure for the passenger and also some also goods carrier and commercial things. Here is in that it is a terminal building. These are all the terminal buildings. Third one is the aprons. The aircraft aprons are the areas where the aircraft park. The aprons, it is nothing but the parking of the aircrafts. The aprons are also sometimes called the ramps. This is another name of the aprons is the ramps. They vary in size from the areas that may hold 5 or 10 small planes to have large areas that major airports have. The Unlike the runways or taxiways, vehicles can use aprons. That is the aprons we have to designing or the consultant to parking the aircrafts to 5 or more than the 10 small aircrafts or planes, and are in the very large areas we have to major airports have, and also it is the also we have to use for the runways and taxiways, and vehicles can be used for the aprons. Here you see the aprons, the parking of the aircrafts or airplanes. At least we in the small airport we required at least 5 planes parking slot, and in large area it's more than 10 or 10 at least 10 airplanes have the parking area. And this is the taxiway, and this is the main runway. This as we have seen the blast pad, shoulders, structural pavement, all the concepts are here done. This is the control tower. Next is the taxiway. The taxiway is the path on an airport connecting runways with ramps, hangars, terminals, and other facilities also. There are here we clear that the taxiway, it is nothing but the small pavement or rigid pavement of the uh, another of the runways. The taxiways is to supporting two runways, and this runways connecting with the ramps, hangars, terminals, and also other facilities. They mostly have hard surface such as asphalt and or concrete, although smaller airports sometimes use gravel or grass. This taxiway have to constructed either the asphalt or the concrete material, and also the smaller airports sometimes we have to use the in the gravel or grass. The taxiway to be arranged to minimize the interference between landing aircraft and aircraft taxiing to take off. That is, the taxiway, it is very helpful at the time of the landing or takeoff of the another aircraft. That is the meaning that either if the seen that the some one of the aircraft is the takeoff position, then the another aircraft or next aircraft we have to waiting in the taxiway. After the takeoff of this first aircraft, the second aircraft can be run coming in the runway. That is the main taxiway important. There is a parallels It is simple language. This is the service road. Next, parallel taxiway increases the runway capacity. It is very helpful for the already say it is very helpful for the runways. The parallel taxiways increase the runway capacity also. Shortest taxi distance from passenger terminal and apron to runway ends. It is very short. This taxiway we have to constructed to minimize the distance from the passenger terminal and apron to runways ends. This is very helpful of the taxiways. This is a taxiway. Both the ends we have to construct a taxiway, and this is the main runway. If one of the one single first aircraft is in takeoff position or landing position, then the another aircraft we have to waiting in the taxiway. After the takeoff or landing of the aircraft, the first aircraft, then this second aircraft will coming in the runway. That is the importance of the taxiway, or this is the parallel of the taxiway runway. So very helpful to getting the increasing capacity of runway. Next point is the taxiway layout guidelines. That we have to follow the guidelines for the at the time of the taxiway construction. There is the efficient connection between runways and terminal or service areas to avoid conflicts between aircraft operations, arriving and departing taxi routes, holding passage and bypasses, avoid crossing of active taxiways or active runways, minimize runway occupancy time of arriving aircraft. That is for example, strategically located rapid exit taxiways enable landing aircraft to leave runway quickly for other aircraft. There's some guidelines we have to follow at the time of the design and construction, and we have to already at the time of the execute of the taxiway. So we have to efficient connection between the or proper connection between the runways and terminal building, and minimize the distance between the terminal and runways ends. So also avoid the conflicts, that also avoid the conflicts between the aircraft operations at the time of the arriving and also on departing taxi routes, and is holding passage and the bypasses also. Next is important, avoid crossing of active taxiways over active runways. That is the one aircraft is the in the takeoff position or the landing position, then that the time in the taxiways aircraft should be in holding position, the avoiding the crossing between the taxiways and runways. And also we have to minimize the runway occupancy time of the arriving aircraft also. This is the some important guidelines for the at the time of the taxiway layout or taxiway execute. uh, that is okay. Today we have to stop here. In next video lecture we have to see the next important uh, component parts of the airport layout system. Thank you so much.